Welcome into the Akron Fieldhouse and the final match of the 2012 Akron Invitational here on ColoradoPreps.tv. I'm Ben Blecker. Very glad you've joined us online for this championship matchup. Should be a very good one between the Simla Cubs, 8-0 on the season, and the Akron Rams, 9-0. Both teams 2-0 in this tournament. The Akron Rams are the number 1 team in Class 2A. Simla, the number 3 team. Simla last year in Class 1A played in the semifinals at the state tournament, whereas Akron played for the championship, and it came up short in their bid for the crown. So this is a good matchup, 2 hard-hitting teams, 2 teams that won their pools, and they'll go best 3 out of 5 in this one. Akron has to have the advantage because of the more experience out there, but you cannot count it out when you look at players like Jessica George, Marilyn Alexander, and Kenzie Mitchell, all who have played in high-caliber matches at the state tournament for the Simla Lady Cubs. That'll wrap up our brief pregame show. We'll be ready to go in 5 minutes here as the Colorado Preps TV network covers the 2012 Akron Invitational.
Today, I'm covering a developing story at a Case IH dealership. For more, let's talk to Jim, a sales rep. Jim, what's all the commotion?
Well, folks have heard about the big savings on next season's Case IH combines and tractors.
Thanks, Jim. We'll continue to monitor this developing story.
Head to your local Case IH dealer for the year's best prices and to ensure on-time delivery. For more, visit caseih.com.
Or visit Farmers Implement of Yuma, Colorado.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco. Everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087. Since 1968, Interstate Irrigation on East Highway 34 has been providing our community with municipal and agricultural parts and service. Interstate Irrigation uses only high-quality parts, including chem valves, butterfly valves, water meters, all types and sizes of gaskets, water screening systems, and various sizes of professional-grade galvanized dog legs. Interstate Irrigation will go far and wide to help keep your water and sewer system functioning at the highest possible level. Whether you need parts, service, or simply an answer to a question, call 848-5809 and let Ward or Ray at Interstate Irrigation fill all your system needs. You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, every vehicle is fully inspected before it goes out on the lot, so you don't have to worry about buying that lemon. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
Everybody knows that when a great opportunity, like an iPhone, presents itself, you grab it. Somebody says they've got tickets to the big game and can't go, you grab the tickets. Somebody tells you that you can get an iPhone at a special price, you grab it. And it's true. For a limited time, Viero has iPhones for only $79.99. And we'll even pay your early termination fees up to $200 when you switch to Viero. All that and coverage you can count on. So hurry into Viero today. Your iPhone is here. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Get your DVD copies of the event you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecko, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
Ice and Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice and Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice and Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
Insurance is something we all need in our lives, and it's nice to know that when you're in need of insurance, you can count on the expertise of Dave and Linda Frank at Main Street Insurance. 20 years experience will reassure you that the friendly folks at Main Street Insurance will help you find the crop, auto, home, farm, or life insurance that fits your needs. Give Main Street Insurance a call at 848-5382 or stop by 400 South Main in Yuma. Insurance with a personal touch. Who would have thought of that?
Whether you need an operating loan, real estate mortgage, equipment loan, or need capital for expansion, Premier Farm Credit has the loan products to meet your agricultural financing needs. Loan decisions are made locally by experienced professional lenders who understand agriculture. We invite you to compare your loan to a Premier Farm Credit loan. We're confident that you'll find our products, price, and value to be the best in the marketplace. Call me, Ryan Rasmussen, at 522-2330 for all your ag financing needs. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
And welcome back to Akron Fieldhouse. It's time for the start of the championship here at the 2012 Akron Invitational. I'm Ben Blecka. Glad you've joined us for this matchup this afternoon as number 3 Simla takes on number 1 Akron. That's in the entire state as these two teams set to take the court. Interesting to note between these two teams that the Akron Lady Rams still are just going to have the 6 on their bench. I believe their JVs are playing in the championship matchup over in the JV tournament on one of those auxiliary courts. So still going to stick with just those same 6 they've been running most of this season, and that's what this Akron team will do. They've got the 6, and they're going to ride those very good 6, all of whom I think have the capability of playing college volleyball at some level, depending on when their career comes done, as they've got some sophomores out there. And then for the Simla Lady Cubs, Marilyn Alexander, maybe the most versatile big player you're ever going to see in the game of volleyball. As the two teams meet at the net, she is a very talented player. They can do just about everything for the Simla Lady Cubs. You've got Merrill and Vasquez for the Akron Lady Rams, but You throw in Kenzie Mitchell, who's a good player, as well as Jessica George. Those are the 3 seniors on this Akron side. Megan Woods, Allison Vasquez, Sydney Merrill, the 3 seniors on that side. So both these sides with the now and the future on the floor. And they'll square off, and the team in your white will be the Simla Lady Cubs. The team in the blue will be the Akron Lady Rams, and the Rams will start with the serve in the hands of Bear. Best 3 out of 5 for the championship in this tournament. Bear will line the ball down the middle, popped up back row by the Simla Cubs, bumped up high, and then a free ball be played deep by Kenzie Mitchell. Checked up high, set onto the far side. Big swing down and in for a kill from Sydney Merrill, and the Akron Lady Rams take the opening point of this contest. Bear with the serve once again. It'll be popped up back row by the Simla Cubs. Bumps that up near side. Jessica George, she'll hammer it on the cross. Ball dug out back row, set down the middle for Glosson this time, and Glosson knocks it in to the back corner to make it 2-0 Rams. Rams are coached by Lindsey Gilbert. Cubs are coached by Sue Snyder. Serve from Bear, short, checked up on the front row for the Simla Lady Cubs. Set it up in the big attack from George deep back onto the Simla side. Bump set into the block at the net of Sydney Merrill. Make it 3-0 Akron to start this championship match out. Serve from Bear will be played short, not cleanly, and kept in play and freed over and back onto the Akron side. Set far side, Merrill with the big swing. Down the line she goes and in for a kill. Sydney Merrill's taking it to another level to start this match off. 4-0 Akron Lady Rams. Bear with the serve down the middle, popped up by the Simla Cubs. Set onto the George swing. Her attack dug out back row. Ball back onto the Cubs side. Bumps that up for a back row swing from Alexander. Alexander too big and out. 5-0 Akron here in this opening set. Bear with the ball down the middle, popped up back row for the Simla Cubs, set it up for George. She bangs it off the block at the net. Ball dug out back row, set down the middle for Glosson, to the back corner, too big and out. So that hitting error will give Simla their first point of the match. In on the front row comes Sammy Katz, and back to serve Hannah Lutz. Lutz serve into the net. So Akron with a 6-1 advantage. Serve goes over to Megan Woods. Woods lines the ball short, popped up back row by the Simla Cubs, tipped toward the back corner, and it will drop on down to make it the second point for the Cubs. Nice alert play to tip it toward that back corner. And the serve onto the Cub side, into the hands of Jessica George, and she puts it into the net far side. That'll hand the serve to Sydney Merrill. Merrill will put the ball down the middle, dug up by the Simla Cubs, set up on the near side. Big swing by Kenzie Mitchell, and it's too wide and out. 8-2 goes Akron. Merrill with the serve down the middle, popped not cleanly, actually not even touched on the back row. A swing and a miss will allow the serve to go out, so a little bit of luck there by the Cubs as they now trail by 5. Serve into the net once again. All three serves have been service errors for Simla, and a timeout taken by Sue Snyder as she wants to talk here in set 1 of the championship of the Akron Invitational.
For too long, we've spent our weekend searching for the right tool when we should have been using the right tool. It's time to go to Ace. We'll find Craftsman tools the second we walk in. We can fix that wobbly table and still have time for televised sports. Get your weekend back.
Ace is the place for Craftsman tools.
With 2 locations to better serve you in Ray and Yuma, visit Quality Farm and Ranch. Open 7 to 7 each Monday through Saturday, and on Sunday from 9:30 till 5:30.
Ace, the helpful place.
The Akron Lady Rams holding a 9-3 advantage here in set number 1. Simla not giving themselves the opportunity at all, as Glosson will take the serve out of the Simla timeout. Serve will be lined far side, popped up back row, chased down by Alexander, and a free ball played over by Casey Smith. Could not be played on the back line because it was out. Smart play there by the Akron Lady Rams and make it 10-3. Lawson with the serve again, line far side. Popped up back row, running bump set by Alexander to the near side for Casey Smith. Banged it off the block and down. Casey Smith getting another kill for the Simla Cubs as they'll try and get a clean serve this time. 3 service errors. Brett Smithler, the Libero, will take that serve. And she'll put it into the net. So 4 serves, 4 service errors for the Simla Cubs. Back to serve goes Carly Christensen for the Akron Lady Rams. Set it up, and the reject back by Jordan Bear on the attack from Kenzie Mitchell. Denied, makes it 12-4 Akron. Carly Christensen will step back with the serve. Christensen floats the ball toward the back corner on the Simla side. Alexander will set it up for Kenzie Mitchell. Denied at the net by Ali Vasquez. Tried to be saved on the far side by Merrill. Could not be, and that will go down as another kill for the Simla Cubs. Kenzie Mitchell will take the serve. Mitchell lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row for the Akron Lady Rams, set up, and Vasquez with the cross puts it down and in to make it 13-5. Vasquez will have the serve. They'll put it down the middle, and it'll be an ace as it's not dug cleanly by the Cubs, and the Rams inching on going up by double digits here in the opening set of the championship. Alley will step up, line it down the middle, played cleanly by Mitchell this time, bumps that up, and the attack from George deep, dug up backside by the Akron Rams, far side, Merrill, dynamite, down to the back line and freed back over and deep by Simla, too deep and out. I was going to say dynamite go boom, and it just about didn't there, and good defensive play by the Simla Cubs. Vasquez with the serve. Alley will put it down the middle, and it's misplayed an ace. Make it 16-5 in favor of the Rams. Serve, line, far side, dug up back row by George. Near side, George with the attack, cross deep, dug up by Vasquez. Set up by Woods, and the hammer knocked deep by Bear. Ball dug out, set down the middle. George with the attack, too big and out. 17-5 go the Akron Lady Rams. It's the number 3 team in the state they're doing this to. Akron is locked. Vasquez puts the serve into the net. It's the first point given in this opening set by Akron. As back to serve for the Cubs goes Casey Smith. Smith on the far side, ball dug out back row, set it up for Bear. Bear clipping the block at the net, and it drops down and in for a kill. And she'll give herself the serve at 18-6. Ball line short, popped up back row. Set up in the attack from George, knocked deep, dug out by Vasquez off the ceiling, bumps that up high at the net. The joust is won by the Rams, kept up in the attack, hammered back and deep by Lutz. Dug out back row, set to Merrill, far side, her attack down the line and off the dig to make it 19-6. Bear back with the serve. She'll line it short. Dug up by the Cubs. Near side punch over by George. Checked up back row by Bear, set for Glosson. Down the middle. Glosson goes line and knocks it down and in for a kill. 20-6. And all Sue Snyder can do is sit there and go, my defense is in the right spot. They're just hitting it in the best crease they possibly can. Short serve by Bear. Dug out back row. Set up on the near side, George with the attack, and George puts it down and in for a kill. When they're given an opportunity, this Simla Cub team has the offense. They've just not been given much of an opportunity by the dominant Akron Rams. Back to serve goes Hannah Lutz for Simla, 27. And she'll knock it into the net. They're not giving themselves much of an opportunity. That's 5 service errors in this opening set as well. They've only served 7 balls. Woods will take the serve for the Rams. She'll put it down the middle. Ball popped up back row, set at the net, and the misplayed set. They tried to do the wraparound with George, and she could not get there. 22-7. Timeout taken by the Simla Lady Cubs.
Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the
22-7, Akron on top of Simla. Cubs out of timeouts here in this opening set of the championship game of the Akron Invitational. And Megan Woods will have the serve. Out of the Cub timeout. Serve will be a line down the middle, dug up back row. Set up for a back row swing for Kenzie Mitchell. Her attack dug out backside by Bear. Set far side Merrill with the big swing off the block. Ball chased down and kept him playing free back over by Vasquez. Popped up high. Alexander underneath it. She'll set it up for George off the block at the net, and it's Miss Doug. So Jessica George gets the kill. The timeout works for Simla. Serve from George down the middle, popped up back row for the Akron Rams. Bumps that up, and a free ball short by by Glosson. That's the first serve, point one on the serve of the Simla Cubs as Marilyn Alexander tipped the ball down and in. Makes it 22-9. Jessica George with the serve. She'll put it down the middle, popped up back row for the Akron Lady Rams. Bumps that up, and a free ball over by Sydney Merrill. Ball dug out back row for the Simla Lady Cubs. Set up in the attack tip line, and it went down and in for a kill. 22-10, little 3-0 run out of the timeout for the Simla Cubs. Fortunately, going into the timeout, they were down 15. Line serve deep, popped up back row by Bear. Set it up near side. Merrill banged off the block and down and in for a kill, and that will end the run. 23-10 in favor of Akron. And hand the serve over to Sydney Merrill. Merrill puts the ball down the middle, popped up back row by Alexander. Alexander with the swing off the block at the net. The dig over and then smash back down by Alexander as Vasquez got forward and tipped it up. But first you don't succeed. Try again. 23-11. Serve goes over to Marilyn Alexander. It's far side, popped up, back row, set far side for Vasquez. Cross shot down and in for a kill. And the Akron Lady Rams have set points at 24-11 here in the championship set one. Sydney Glosson will take the serve. Glosson puts the ball down the middle, popped up back row. Alexander will set it up for Kenzie Mitchell, and she cracks that one down. One staved off, 12 more to go. On to serve for Simla will come Mikey Cornell. Her serve down the middle, popped up back row for the Akron Lady Rams. Bumps that up by Christensen and a free ball by Bear on the front line for Simla. Set up on the near side, the swing clipping the block at the net from Casey Smith, and it's Miss Doug on the back row, another staved off. 24-13, gaining momentum heading to set two. You've got to be perfect to come from behind in this one, so you're just trying to gain some momentum here as Cornell will take the serve once again. And she's too deep and out, and that will end it here in the opening set. The Akron Lady Rams 25-13. We'll come back. We'll have set two of the Akron Invitational Championship game next on ColoradoPreps.tv.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
With this horrible heat and lack of rain, it causes more worry than ever for farmers trying to make a living. And at Valley, we care about our farmers, and we want to make keeping the crops watered as painless and stress-free as possible. Valley has the new Field Commander technology that'll help take the guesswork out of farming by letting you know right away with a text message if your pivot has stopped working. In today's busy world, Valley wants to be sure to stay on top of things with the most up-to-date technology. So call Quality Irrigation in Yuma today for all your pivot needs. Valley, the leader in precision irrigation.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.
The South Platte Sentinel has been serving Sterling and Logan County for more than 25 years, and they're proud to do it with accuracy, efficiency, and the most comprehensive local news, sports, and opinion you'll find anywhere. The South Platte Sentinel is available every Wednesday on your doorstep or online anytime at southplattesentinel.com. You can also check out the latest news and updates anytime on Facebook. Just visit the South Platte Sentinel Facebook page. The South Platte Sentinel, a proud supporter of Logan County.
Head to set 2 after Akron controlled set 1 25-13 here in the championship of the Akron Invitational. They'll switch sides. Simla now be on your left. I'm Ben Bleckett. Glad you've joined us. Akron on your right. The Simla Cubs will start with a serve in the hands of Hannah Lutz. And Lutz will put the ball down the middle. Too big and out on that serve. So the Akron Lady Rams take the opening point on now the 7th service error of the match for the Simla Lady Cubs. Serve will be lined down the middle. Ball popped up back row. Set up by Alexander for George. Nicely gone down to get it out by Carly Christensen. And the ball will be freed back onto the Simla side. Shoot set far side with the attack off the net. Ball in play. Kept up, and then the free ball back over by Merrill once again. Set for George again. Blocked at the net by Sydney Merrill, who had the great dig on the play as well. And it's 2-0 Akron. She not only had the dig, but she maintained her balance not to cross the net and into the Simla Cubs. Line serve near side. Ball dug out back row. Alexander sets it far side. Pushed down the line by Sammy Katz. And in the net with the Akron Lady Ram block to give Simla their first point here in set 2. The serve. Line far side. Popped up back row. Set up for a big swing by Glosson. Line, caught the line, and in for a kill. Woods with the serve. Ball popped up back row. The push over by Kenzie Mitchell. Dug out by the Akron Rams right into the radar zone of Kenzie Mitchell, and she played a ball offensively on the Simla side to make it 4-1. You cannot touch a ball on your opponent's side of the net. You have to wait for it to come on your side, and well, you could see, you were somewhat screened by the R1, but she was almost elbows over onto the Akron side. Got a little too excited. 4-1 Rams. Line serve deep, too deep and out. And that error will hand the serve over to the Cubs. Goes into the hands of Marilyn Alexander. She'll turn and line the ball deep. She's too deep and out. So we trade service errors to make it 5-2. Sydney Merrill takes the serve for the Rams and clips the net core far side. Ball dug out, back set onto the near side. Mackenzie Alexander will free it back over, or Marilyn Alexander, not Kenzie. Kenzie Mitchell at the net. And then the ball pumped back onto the Cubs side. The Rams trying to get it up at the net. A joust and blocked back down by Sydney Glosson. 6-2 goes Akron. Kenzie Mitchell, Marilyn Alexander. I don't know why I got those messed up. I've been covering these girls at least at state for the 4th year. Jump serve into the net by Sydney Merrill. Cornell will take the serve now for the Cubs, and she lines it into the net. That service error. Adding to the tally on the Cubs side. Glosson with the serve. She'll step up. She'll top it short. Popped up by George back onto the Akron side. Stuffed back down by Ali Vasquez. That'll make it 8-3. Serve short. In for an ace from Glosson. 9-3 and a timeout taken by the Cubs as they want to talk it over.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex, the name behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex, made to last, made to perform. Big Tex, with years of experience and Texas pride built into every product. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready to transport the job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Sterling Trailers. Call 522-2855.
The Akron Lady Rams with a 9-3 advantage here in the second set, already winning the first one by the tally of 25-13. I'm Ben Black of the Simla Cubs. When they've got their offense, when they've fielded serves well, they've had their offense going well, but they just have not gotten 100% good fielding right now, and that's credit to the Akron Lady Rams. Glosson will have the serve out of the Cub timeout. And it'll be floated short. Ball popped up high, back row, backset near side, push into the block at the net by Alexander, and the free ball over by George. Checked up by Merrill, set onto the near side. Vasquez, cross shot down and in for a kill. The Rams are locked right now. 10-3. Glosson. Short top spin, popped up back row by Mitchell. Set it up, and Mitchell pushing it into the block at the net and down and in for a kill. She'll take it. She'll float it short. Ball popped up back row, set onto the near side. Big attack down the line and in for a kill by Jordan Bear. Bear makes it 11-4. Hands the serve to Carly Christensen. All line down the middle, popped up high, not cleanly, back row. That'll be an ace to make it 12-4. The serve just over the net cord, dug back onto the Akron side, popped up. Christensen will set it down the middle for Bear off the block, and it crawls down and in for another kill. 13-4 for the Akron Lady Rams. I think they've got 2 hitting errors in this match so far. 2. They had 6 in a sweep of Weldon Valley, the number 1 team in 1A, the other night. The overpass on the serve receive falls down on the Akron side. Everybody watches it drop. So that is a dig kill to make it 13-5. Everybody was singing Kumbaya there. Smith. Well, lined the ball down the middle. Popped up backside by Merrill. Merrill flat free it deep. Ball dug up back row. Set up for a back row swing for Alexander and caught the back line. Or Mitchell, pardon me. Make it 13-6. Smith, serve, deep, popped up back row by Merrill, set near side. The attack by Bear, blocked by Alexander at the net, and that makes it 13-7. Simla finally getting something going. Casey Smith, the sophomore, with the serve, deep, popped up by Merrill on the back row. Set up far side, Vasquez pumps it down the line, checked out, and then a free ball over by Jessica George. Chased down back row by Glosson. Set up near side, the big attack down the line from Vasquez, and it drops down and in for a kill. So Allie comes up with a kill to make it 14-7. She'll hand herself the serve. Allie with a short top spin near side, not played cleanly, kept in play, and a free tip will drop down in front of the back row. All that Kenzie Mitchell could do was jump up and just kind of put something on it. She put as much as she could, and it dropped down in front of the back row. That'll hand the serve to Hannah Lutz. Her serve too big and out. And gives a serve over to Jordan Bear for the Akron Lady Rams. Sammy Katz in on the front row for the Simla Cubs, and Bear lines a serve into the net. Still up by 6 for the Akron Lady Rams. 15-9. Jessica George with the serve down the middle. Ball popped up, running bump set near side. Glosson with the attack. Angled it over and down and in for a kill. Simla needs to get the run moving their way. They need a little mini run in this one if they want to hang around with Akron. Free ball back over by George. It'll be checked up near the 10-foot line by Vasquez. Set near side. Merrill bangs it off the block of the net. Ball dug out back row and cannot be played off the net. That'll make it 16-10. The serve, line down the far side, popped up, and the tip off the block. Not off the block. It caught the, well, maybe it did. The official's going to converse. Score on the board stays 16-10, so it looks like we're replaying it. Line down the middle, popped up back row, set on the near side. Glosson, big swing. Cannot be chased down near the stands, and it goes to 17-10 in favor of the Akron Lady Rams. Merrill will take the serve. Merrill will line the serve into the net. Set 2, Akron took the first one, 25-13. Brett Smith with the serve for the Simla Cubs, and she lines it into the net. That's 9 service errors in this match for the Simla Lady Cubs. When you're just handing 9 points to a team like Akron, well, you're putting yourself in a big hole. Short top spin serve from Glosson will be dug out back row, set it up in the attack. Off the block at the net of Vasquez, but it goes out. So Kenzie Mitchell gets credit with the kill. She hands herself the serve. She'll line it down the far side, popped up back row. Shoots that onto the near side, off the block at the net goes Bear, and Jessica George with that block. Gets Simla within 5, 18-13 here in the second. Mitchell with the serve down the middle, popped up by the Akron Lady Rams, set it up, and Vasquez will punch it line. Ball dug out back row, chased down in the attack off the net cord, then dug back onto the Simla side. Ball popped up, set far side. Mitchell with the attack, dug out, chased down, and then free back over. Ball diving dig out by Smith, bumps that up far side in the attack, angled near side by Casey Smith. Dug out by Akron, set back near side Vasquez, playing it to the back corner, and got it off the back line for the kill. First sustained rally of this contest. Hands a serve over to Carly Christensen, 19-13 here in set 2. Christensen with the serve down the middle, popped up back row. Set onto the far side, George will angle it deep. Chased down by Merrill, bumps that up high, and then a free ball over by Vasquez. Ball dug out back row. Set down the middle for Jessica George. She'll arc it deep. Dug up by Glosson on the backside. Set onto the near side, Vasquez. Angle back to the far side. Ball popped up high by Smith. Set down the middle for George, and she'll put it down and in for a kill. Could not be dug out. So back-to-back sustained rallies and a timeout taken by the Akron Lady Rams as Lindsey Gilbert wants to talk to her team.
Shopple of Yuma is your community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. The employee-owned store offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Their friendly staff is there to help you find exactly what you're looking for and to answer any questions you might have on any of the products they carry. Shopple takes pride in their community and appreciate your business. Through competitive prices and specials throughout the store, a great rewards program, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff, Shopple is working hard each day to continue to earn your business.
Akron Rams up 19-14, but taking a timeout there as they're given a lot of momentum the way of the Simla Cubs, as the Cubs down by just 5 after Akron had them on the ropes here in the second set. They fought back into it, but got to keep fighting. They're still down by 5. Casey Smith will have the serve out of the Akron timeout. The serve will be lined down the middle, popped up back row, right back into the radar zone of Merrill and Alexander, and a lift ball trying to get it over, makes it 19-15. So the Akron timeout, the first one called of the day, mind you, does not work. Back within 4 comes Simla. Line down the middle, diving dig out by Merrill, bumps that up high, and the push ball deep from Bear. Ball chased down back row, slide set near side. George angles back far side, down and in for a kill, and Simla within 3, 19-16. Serve down the middle, popped up, and Bear will turn, punch it to the back line, punched it too deep and out, 19-17. Simla within 2. Some subs starting to filter over onto the Akron bench from the JV court. As Smith's serve was going out, it was played by Merrill, and the third hit not going to get over, and Simla is within 1 of Akron, 19-18. So I believe a 7-0 run for the Cubs on Casey Smith's serve. She'll take the ball, she'll line it deep, popped up by Merrill back row. Shoots that onto the Cubs side, and in the net went the Akron Lady Rams, and it's 19-all. Simla's fought back to tie it here, trying to even us at a set apiece. Smith with the serve. She'll put the ball down the middle, popped up back row by Glosson for Vasquez. She'll knock it deep, dug up by Smith back row. Back row swing coming from Mitchell, angled near side, off of the side rafter, and could not be played, and Simla's taken the lead at 20-19. I believe is a 9-0 run. Smith with the serve deep. It'll be fielded back row by Glosson. Set up far side Vasquez off the block at the net. Chased down by the Cubs. Tip kill near side for Merrill and Alexander, and it's 21-19. Simla, and a no timeout going to be called here by Coach Gilbert. Yeah, she will now go ahead and take it. So Akron will take their second timeout of the set, now down by 2.
Schramm Feedlot, east of Yuma on Highway 34, is the #1 choice in cattle feeding and performance needs. Schramm Feedlot has many diverse feeding regimens that can fit into your cattle operation. Any feeding program can be tailored to suit your needs. Let Schramm's extensive experience in ultrasounding and individualized tracking develop a tailored marketing strategy. For more information, call 848-3831 or visit schrammfeedlot.net.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
21-19, Simla on a huge run. I believe it's a 10-0 run here. And out of Akron's second timeout, they'll serve the ball too long and out. Their 10th service error of the match. Heck of a time to get that. You were on such a run there. And Akron Lady Rams will hand the serve to one of their best servers, Allie Vasquez. Allie will step up with that big jump far side. Ball popped up back row by the Cubs. Set it up far side. George with the attack. Dug out by Vasquez. Back row. Set onto the near side. Merrill with the big attack. Too big and out. And Simla maintains the 2-point advantage at 22-20. Back to the back to serve for Simla will go Bronwyn Duffy. First time she's seen action in this match. Duffy lines the ball far side, dug out back row, set it up, and Bear will hammer the ball toward the back corner. Was it tipped? It was not tipped by anybody on the Simla side, and Simla 2 points away from evening us at a set apiece. Duffy. Short serve, dug out back row. Set over the net for the Akron Lady Rams. Mitchell will set the slide near side. Rejected back. Sydney Merrill on the attack from Jessica George. Big players got to step up in big opportunities. That was the big opportunity Akron needed right there, but they got to get a good serve now from sophomore Jordan Bear. Bear Floats the ball down the middle, popped up by Mitchell. Back row, set it up for George off the block of the net. Ball dug out off the ceiling. Woods will set near side for Merrill. Her attack over the top of the block of the net, pancaked over and out. Whoa, what a rally both ways. Akron will try and tie it at 23 on the serve of Bear. Bear, short floater, dug out, back row, tip set into the block at the net by Alexander. Pump back down on the far side by Woods. Woods said tip set, yeah, I can do that too. 23 all, and Simla burns their timeout, the final timeout of the set.
Yuma County Auto Supply is the leading Napa Auto Parts Center. 2 convenient locations in Yuma and Ray are open Monday through Friday from 7 to 5:30 and on Saturdays from 7 to noon. They offer all the basic necessities for standard vehicle maintenance as well as high-quality parts for any automotive necessity. Whether you're changing your oil or rebuilding your tractor's engine, Yuma County Auto can help. They have a helpful service department, and for those impossible projects, they offer a full-service machine shop. So for any job, big or small, call Yuma County Auto in Ray or Yuma and get back on the move today.
23 all. One of these two is going to have a set point after this next point. Akron and Simla out of timeout, so they got to do it on the court the rest of the way here in the second. Akron up 1-0 after convincingly taking the opening set 25-13. They were up about 15 points most of that set. Bear with the serve for the Akron Lady Rams out of the timeout. It'll be checked up high, back row by Brett Smith, set down the middle. The big attack off of the dig by Jessica George, and it ricocheted down off the ceiling, so Simla gets the set point at 24-23. George gives herself the serve with that kill. Line down the middle, elbow dig over. Ball popped up high and chased down on the Simla side, and the tip back over by Mitchell. Ball popped up near side. Merrill will angle it over and short. Diving dig out by George. Popped up. Mitchell rejected back. Kept in play off the dig. And a free ball by George to the back corner. Dug out by Bear. Set on to the middle for Galossin. Off the block. Dug by Alexander. Back onto the Akron side. Popped up far side, and Christensen will free it back toward the back corner. Dug up back row for Simla. The set punch near line. Down and in for a kill. Simla takes set number 2 by the tally of 25-23, and they will tie us up at a set apiece as we go to the third when we come back to the Akron Fieldhouse, the championship game of the 2012 Akron Invitational.
Yuma District Hospital offers a full range of services, including inpatient care, surgical care, obstetrics and delivery, 24-hour emergency room, and home health care. Yuma Clinic, staffed by family practice physicians and physician's assistants, hold appointments Monday through Friday and take walk-ins on Saturday mornings. The Center for Specialty Medicine, also located in the hospital, provides space for visiting specialists in a wide range of medicine. Yuma District Hospital and Clinics, the preferred provider of high-quality primary care services in Yuma and Washington County.
These days, there's no free lunch, no free ride, not even any free time. Well, at Bank of Colorado, we're putting an end to all that because our personal free checking and personal free collection serve up a whole lot of free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, and more. Then when you add our personal free collection, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you want to bring back the free, apply today to open a new account. Visit bankofcolorado.com and long live free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecka, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, every vehicle is fully inspected before it goes out on the lot, so you don't have to worry about buying that lemon. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
We come back for the third, a set apiece between the Akron Rams and the Simla Cubs championship game of the 2012 Akron Invitational. I'm Ben Bleck. Glad you've joined us on ColoradoPreps.tv. The Akron Lady Rams will be back on the left side and start with a serve here in the third. It'll go down the middle, popped up by Bear back row. Set on to the near side for George. Her attack down the line, dug out by Bear back row. Set up for a back row swing for Vasquez and dug out by Alexander on the back row for Simla. Alexander will get a back row swing, angled off the block. Pop down, Merrill will get the lefty swing far side, and it hit the antenna, and Simla takes the opening point here in the third. Hands the serve over to Smith. The diving dig out after the tip down by the Akron Lady Rams. Free back over. Set far side. Merrill with the big attack. Split the back row and down and in for a kill. And the Akron Lady Rams even it at one apiece here in the second. Morgan Woods will take the serve. He'll put it down the middle. Ball dug out back row. Set up for a back row swing from Alexander off the block. Chicken wing down, but could not be kept in play. And the Simla Lady Cubs take a 2-1 advantage. Jessica George takes a serve for the Cubs. She'll line the ball deep. Dug up back row by Bear for the Rams. Set it up for Merrill, and Merrill says dynamite go what? Boom. 2-all. She'll hand herself the serve as well. Merrill hammers her serve into the net. Marilyn Alexander will now take the serve for the Simla Lady Cubs, and she'll put it down and in for an ace. 4-2 Cubs here in set number 3. Alexander lines the serve far side. It'll be popped up back row, and the setup for Glosson, and she'll rifle it into the back line. And herself the serve, down 4-3. Short serve popped up back row by Brett Smith. Set up and at the net. The attack off the block by Alexander. Or by Mitchell, pardon me, and the free over down the line. Ball checked up back row. Short set. Alexander trying to dump it, and they call a carry trying to dump that ball. She got it behind her head and tried to palm it over. 4-all. Glosson with the serve down the middle. Popped up high by Smith. Alexander sets it up, and the big swing hammered down and in by Kenzie Mitchell. So Simla not going to let Akron take the lead in their own tournament here. So serve will be handed off to Sammy Katz, the junior, on the back row. She'll put it far line, and she caught the line on the far side for an ace. Six-4. She'll knock it down the middle, fielded by Merrill back row. Set onto the far side. Bear banged it off the block. Chicken winged out on the front row by Mitchell, and then a free ball be played deep by Casey Smith. Popped up on the Akron side. Set it up for Bear again. She'll just punch it into the back corner. Dug out for the Cubs, and the set up the attack off the block. Ball dug out on the front row by Christensen, who will roll through and then get the free over. Ball misplayed on the back row, and Carly Christensen gets the point after the nice chicken wing dig, and then she rolled through and able to pop it up and deep. Christensen will then follow that up with a service error into the net, unable to tie. It's 7-5 Simla here in set number 3, even at one apiece. The serve will be lined down the middle, fielded by Merrill, and then the attack by Vasquez, too big and out, and an 8-5 advantage now for Simla. Jump serve, line down the middle, dug back on to the Simla side. Bumps that up high, short set down the middle, cross to the far line. Down and in for a kill goes Jessica George. And the Simla Lady Cubs have taken a 9-5 advantage. Line serve down the middle, popped up back row by Merrill at the net. Bear will punch it far side. Ball popped up high by Alexander. Near side set for Casey Smith, and she hammers it into the net. And the Akron Lady Rams will end the Cubs' run there on that air, and they'll look for a run of their own as Ali Vasquez will take the serve. Vasquez lines the serve, clips the net cord, drops down and in for an ace. She got the home roll there on their own home court here in the field house in Akron. Vasquez with the serve once again. She'll float it short. This time popped up cleanly by Alexander. Set up for George near side. Her hammer deep, popped up by Glosson. Bumps that up Vasquez and a flat free play deep by Merrill. Dug out back row, set into the block at the net, and it cannot be kept in play. Sydney Merrill with the stuff down. Cuts the lead to 9-8. Vasquez with the jump serve, dug back onto the Akron side, popped up and set down by Morgan Woods, and we're tied at 9. Volleyball's a game of runs, but these two teams are taking that to the extreme right now here in set 3. Vasquez takes a serve and lines it into the net. That run comes to a close after a 4-0. Simla maintains the advantage here in the third, 10-9. Casey Smith takes a serve for the Cubs, and Casey will line the ball down the middle. Popped up by Vasquez. Set up, and then the attack arc deep by Merrill. Dug out on the Cub side, set it up in the attack. Drop down and in for a kill. That on the swing of, I believe, Hannah Lutz. That'll make it 11-9 in favor of Simla. Casey Smith steps up and lines the ball deep. Popped up high back row, chased down. And then the free ball played over by Merrill. Dug up back row, set up far side. George trying to push it inside the block. Woods chases it down. Ball dug up far side, swing by Merrill, angled back over and deep. Ball popped up, tipped down, and in for a kill by Merrill and Alexander. And it's now 12-9. So Akron went on a 4-0 run. Simla's on a 3-0 run after they went on a 4-0 run. And Casey Smith with the serve. She will crawl the net cord. Ball popped up by Merrill and free deep by Christensen. Chased down on the back row by Brett Smith. Set it up in the attack by George off the block of the net. Ball dug out back row, set far side. Merrill with the attack. No, into the net. 4-hit violation. And that's a 13-9 lead and a 4-0 run for the Simla Lady Cubs, and a timeout taken by Akron as they want to discuss.
Akron Auto's proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations. The original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
Simla Lady Cubs on their second 4-0 run of the set. And the serve goes into the hands of Casey Smith back row. Set far side. Merrill off the block. Rejected back by Marilyn Alexander. And it's a 5-0 run out of the Akron timeout. It's 14-9 Simla. Smith with the serve. Punch deep. Too deep and out. That service error will make it 14-10. Serve from Bear will be popped up on the Cubs side, set up, and the attack knocked deep. And in for a kill by Jessica George. 15-10 Cubs. The line serve far side will be popped up. Back row for the Akron Rams. Set down the middle from Merrill, and she knocks that off the block and down and in for a kill. Make it 15-11 Simla. Line serve far side will be dug up back row. Right back into the radar zone of Glosson, but she's rejected back by Marilyn Alexander. Alexander's stepping her game up big. As Jessica George takes the serve. George lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row, bumps that up, and then back onto the Cubs side. Short set down the middle, and Kenzie Mitchell tattoos that one down, and Simla's taken their game to another level, 17-11. This is the hardest Akron's been pushed this year. Line serve far side, missed Doug. That'll be an ace, 18-11 Cubs. A timeout taken by Akron.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Alan Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Alan Bear and his staff serve as stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Alan Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Alan and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Alan Bear Agency can serve you.
Rams out of timeouts here in the third, and Simla up 18-11. Ball lined down the middle, popped up back row. Set up on the near side, Merrill with the attack, blocked back by Marilyn Alexander. It's 19-11. Line serve down the far side, popped up back row, shoot set far side for Akron, and Glosson is blocked back, and it goes down. Blocked by Marilyn Alexander, makes it 20-11. Wow, this Simla team is taking it to Akron right now. Simla's elevated their game. Line serve down the middle, missed pop back row by Bear, chased down and a free ball over by Christensen. Ball dug out back row, shoot set in the back row, swing for George, deep, too deep and out, so that error will end the run. But Simla holds an 8-point advantage, trying to go up 2-1. Vasquez with the serve. Flying down the far side. Ball popped up back row, set up, and the big attack hammered into the block at the net by Alexander and dug back on to the Akron side, and then a tip down pancake out. Free ball back over by Simla. Shoots that far side. Vasquez off speed. That one can't get pancaked as she puts that down to make it 20-13. Great defense by the Cubs. Everything Akron's used to going down is not. Merrill lines the ball down the middle. Popped up back row. Tip set by Marilyn Alexander, and that will end up dropping down and in to make it 21-13. Line serve far side, ball be popped up back row, short set in the attack, off the block at the net, chicken winged out, and then an attack down the middle for Marilyn Alexander. Dug out back row by Merrill, and then Vasquez will free it toward the back corner, chase down for the Cubs. Alexander comes near side for the attack from Brett Smith. Her ball's dug out back row, set down the middle, the attack from Gloss, and it will go down and in for a kill. The Akron Lady Rams cut back within 7. Glosson takes a serve and knocks it short. Ball dug up back row, set up down the middle, and the tip into the block at the net, rejected back by Carly Christensen. Akron back within 6. Simla just need to end this. They can afford to side out the rest of the way and take a 2-1 advantage. Line serve down the far side. Ball be popped up back row. Set onto the near side. Alexander with the big shot, or Kenzie Mitchell, pardon me, with the big shot. Alexander with a nice set, and that ends that for the Akron Lady Rams, back up by 7. Line serve, far side, ball be popped up back row, set it up in the big attack, hammer deep, 2 deep and out for Bear, make it 23-15. And the serve will be line deep and 2 deep and out. So that service there gives Akron an opportunity, but the next point they give up gives Simla a set point. So Simla just got to play safe right here. Merrill lines the ball short, popped up by Smith, back row short set, and the ball poked off the block at the net and down and in for a kill by Kenzie Mitchell. And that'll make it 24-16 set point for the Simla Lady Cubs to go up 2-1 on Akron. The serve, line down the middle, popped up back row by Merrill, chased down, and then a free ball be played over by Vasquez. Ball dug out back row. Set up Alexander for George. Banged off the block. She went into the net on that attack. So 1 staved off, but still several more to work with for Simla. Just got to play strong D here. So the serve goes to Ali Vasquez, the best server on the Akron team. They're going to ask for a lineup check, is Akron, to make sure the right one is serving. She is, and she'll take the serve. Allie will step up. Short line down the middle, split the back row for an ace, make it 24-18. Vasquez, floater short. Ball popped up back row, set onto the near side. Jessica George off the block and down, and Simla takes set number 3 by the tally of 25-18 and holds a 2-1 advantage. We'll be back with set number 4 from the Akron Invitational next.
Today I'm covering a developing story at a Case IH dealership. For more, let's talk to Jim, a sales rep. Jim, what's all the commotion?
Well, folks have heard about the big savings on next season's Case IH combines and tractors.
Thanks, Jim. We'll continue to monitor this developing story.
Head to your local Case IH dealer for the year's best prices and to ensure on-time delivery. For more, visit caseih.com.
Or visit Farmers Implement of Yuma, Colorado.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco. Everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087. Since 1968, Interstate Irrigation on East Highway 34 has been providing our community with municipal and agricultural parts and service. Interstate Irrigation uses only high-quality parts, including chem valves, butterfly valves, water meters, all types and sizes of gaskets, water screening systems, and various sizes of professional-grade galvanized dog legs. Interstate Irrigation will go far and wide to help keep your water and sewer system functioning at the highest possible level. Whether you need parts, service, or simply an answer to a question, call 848-5809 and let Ward or Ray at Interstate Irrigation fill all your system needs.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex, the name behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex, made to last, made to perform. Big Tex, with years of experience and Texas pride built into every product. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready to transport the job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Sterling Trailers. Call 522-2855.
Head to the fourth. It is 2-1 in favor of the Simla Lady Cubs over the Akron Lady Rams. I'm Ben Blecka. Glad you've joined us here on this broadcast. The Akron Lady Rams are back on the right of your screen, and they'll be trying to get themselves into a position where they can force the decisive fifth set here in their own tournament to kick things off in this set. The Akron Lady Rams with the ball knocked back toward the back corner. Ball goes off the ceiling on the Simla side, and then the free ball play back over to Akron. Set near side Merrill. She'll angle it back over in deep. Ball dug back over onto the Ram side, too wide and out. And the opening point makes it 1-0 Akron. Line serve will go far side, popped up by the Simla Cubs, set it up, and a free ball be played over by Kenzie Mitchell. Shoot set near side Merrill with a big attack down and in for a kill. The Akron Lady Rams up 2-0. Bear continues with the serve. She'll line it far side. Ball dug back out onto the Akron side at the net. The ball won by Marilyn Alexander. She tipped it up, and Vasquez tried to hammer it, and Marilyn Alexander said, no, I'm going to stuff that back down on the Akron side, give Simla their first point here in the fourth. 25-13, Akron won the first, but then 25-23 and 25-18, Simla the last two. Serve fielded back row, not cleanly by Akron, and free back over, and then the push into the net by Kenzie Mitchell as she tried to get aggressive with that free, gives Akron a 3-1 lead. Woods will step up and line the ball deep. Dug out back row by Smith for Simla. Far side swing, Kenzie Mitchell, her attack. Dug out off the ceiling by Merrill, and then a free ball over by Christensen. Ball checked up back row by Smith for Simla. Far side set, near side Kenzie Mitchell trying to punch it down, and it's dug out by Vasquez, but a second not got. And 3-2. The Cubs will take the serve. Alexander's serve too big and out. Merrill takes the serve, and she's too wide and out to make it 5-3. Or 3. Scoreboard's got me all messed up here. 4-3 Akron. Ball angled over and short, popped up, set onto the far side, and the attack angled back over onto the near side. Free back over by Christensen. Set up down the middle, the attack pushed off the block at the net by Kenzie Mitchell and down, and we're square at 4 now. Serve down the middle, popped up on the Akron side. Near side set, Vasquez came shooting in, and Merrill, I don't know if Merrill was supposed to wrap around or if she was not supposed to do that, but Akron's going to take a timeout on the miscommunication, down 5-4.
Yuma County Auto Supply is the leading Napa Auto Parts Center. 2 convenient locations in Yuma and Ray are open Monday through Friday from 7 to 5:30 and on Saturdays from 7 to noon. They offer all the basic necessities for standard vehicle maintenance as well as high-quality parts for any automotive necessity. Whether you're changing your oil or rebuilding your tractor's engine, Yuma County Auto can help. They have a helpful service department, and for those impossible projects, they offer a full-service machine shop. So for any job, big or small, call Yuma County Auto in Ray or Yuma and get back on the move today.
Simla up 5-4 on the number 1 team in the state, the Akron Lady Rams. I'm Ben Blecka. It's Akron Invitational. Akron hadn't even really been pushed in this tournament. They won both theirs in pretty easy straight sets. But Simla's pushing them up 2-1 here in the fourth in the championship. Far side, down the line goes Glosson. Her attack's dug out. Alexander sets it for Mitchell. She'll tip in near side. Ball dug out back row by Merrill Vasquez down the middle. Her attack hammered down and in for a kill. And squares it up at 5. Glosson gets the serve. She'll knock the ball down the middle, popped up. Alexander sets it up. Mitchell rejected back by Bear. The Akron block starting to come to life. Ball knocked short, dug out back row. Set up on the far side, and George with the attack, hammered into the net. Akron will take that air, 7-5. The serve, knocked deep, ball dug out back row. Short set down the middle, attack off the block, and down and in for a kill goes Kenzie Mitchell. Seven, 6. And the serve clipping the net cord. Ball popped up back row. Set onto the near side. Off the block at the net goes Bear. Knocked back into the corner, and the ball dug out. Alexander will set it up. Near side George, dug out by Merrill, and then a free ball played deep by Woods. Set onto the far side, pushed down the line. Goes Casey Smith. Back onto the near side. Cars Glosson. Glosson knocks it deep. Then the attack knocked toward the back corner, down and in for a kill by Jessica George. And Simla evens this one up at 7. Kenzie Mitchell takes a serve. Mitchell lines it down the middle. Ball dug up, misdug by Woods back row, and it's 8-7 Simla here in the fourth. Trying to unseat the number 1 team in the state. Lutheran sitting at number 2, also undefeated. So is Simla and Akron. 3 undefeated teams in Class 2A, and more importantly, Akron could lose their home tournament here, which is always a big thing for an opposing team to come in and win their opponent's home tournament. Ali Vasquez knocks the attack into the net on the hitting air, make it 9-7 Simla. And Kenzie Mitchell will take the serve. Mitchell steps up and lines it into the net. Carly Christensen will take this serve now for the Akron Lady Rams, and Christensen will line it far side, fielded by Smith. Alexander goes down to get it out, and the free ball be played deep by George. Dug out back row. Set up for a back row swing from Merrill. It does not crawl the net cord. It's a hitting error, 10-8. Serve handed off to Casey Smith for the Simla Lady Cubs. Casey puts it down the far side. Dug out for Akron. Set it up for Vasquez. Vasquez banged it off the back row and the ceiling, and then a 3 ball over, 2 wide and out on the free ball. Great defense by Simla just to get that ball in play. Vasquez with the serve. Big jump down the middle. Dug out back row by Mitchell. Alexander setting George far side. Back to the near side. Merrill down the line. She ties this one up at 10. Akron needs a win to force the decisive 5th. Vasquez with the serve, line far side, dug back over by Alexander. Popped up high, Woods underneath it, near side Merrill, hit it. Had a chance to take the lead, did Akron, could not, and Simla maintains the advantage, 11-10. Back to serve goes Hannah Lutz for the Simla Lady Cubs. Lutz lines the ball far side, dugout back row, bumps that up, and a free ball be played over by Vasquez. Dugout back row for the Simla Cubs, set far side, and off the block at the net goes Kenzie Mitchell, and it drops. Kenzie Mitchell gives her team back a 2-point advantage here in the fourth, up 2-1. Lutz Lines the ball deep, popped up back row. Set up for a back row push by Bear toward the backside of Simla's defense. Down the middle, George. She's too big and out. Just when Simla looks like they're going to start creating distance here in the fourth, they commit a hitting error. Jordan Bear takes the serve. She'll float it short. Ball popped up on the front row. Set up for a back row swing. Arc deep, too deep and out by Kenzie Mitchell, and we're deadlocked at 12. Float serve, clipping the net cord, popped up on the front row by Casey Smith. And then a free ball by Mitchell. Set down the middle for Glosson, banged off the block at the net, kept up high. Near side, Merrill bangs it off the block and drops it down and in for a kill. And Akron takes a lead at 13-12. Serve, played short, popped up. And the setup far side, Jessica George plays it down and in for a kill. Alexander set her up nicely and ties us at 13. Jessica George takes a serve and lines up far side. Ball dug up back row, set up down the middle in the attack, banged off the block at the net. Merrill got stuffed back by Marilyn Alexander, and Simla takes a 14-13 advantage here in set 4, up 2-1. George, floater far side, missed pop by Merrill, popped up by Vasquez, and Glosson will knock it toward the far line. Ball dug out back row, set it up in the attack, angled deep, dug up, shoot set back onto the near side, and pushed down the line. Sydney Merrill chicken winged out off the ground, and Marilyn Alexander can't get the hit over. Great defense by the Simla Cub team. And the line serve down the middle will be popped up back row. Set up on the far side, tip down and dug out by the Akron Rams. Set up in the attack from Merrill off the block and down and in, and Akron takes a 15-14 advantage. Woods, with the serve down the middle, popped up by Smith, back row, far side set. Kenzie Mitchell pushes it deep, dug out by Merrill, popped up high by Christensen, and Glosson plays it to the line, down and in for a kill. Make it 16-14. Akron trying to force a decisive fifth set here in the championship. Line serve down the middle, popped up back row. Alexander will set far side. Mitchell clipping the block at the net, dug out by Bear, bumps that up, and then a free ball deep by Merrill. Popped up back row, set up down the middle in the attack from Mitchell, rejected back by Glosson, and the Akron Lady Rams have taken a 17-14 advantage. Conversation on the Simla bench, but as of yet, no timeout being indicated. Line serve far side, misplayed. Chased down by Alexander, and a free ball over by Smith. Checked up on the front row by Glosson. Set down the middle for Glosson. She'll play it far side, arced up high, set for a back row swing from George. Her attack dug out back row by Merrill. Set onto the near side, big attack Merrill, dug out back row by George. Set up in the push down the line from Kenzie Mitchell, chased down by Bear. Set up for Glosson down the middle, angled near side, popped up high by Kenzie Mitchell. Set far side, and the flat free by Sammy Cates played into the net, and a hitting error. Make it 18-14 and a timeout for Simla.
Yuma District Hospital offers a full range of services, including inpatient care, surgical care, obstetrics and delivery, 24-hour emergency room, and home health care. Yuma Clinic, staffed by family practice physicians and physician's assistants, hold appointments Monday through Friday and take walk-ins on Saturday mornings. The Center for Specialty Medicine, also located in the hospital, provides space for visiting specialists in a wide range of medicine. Yuma District Hospital and Clinics, the preferred provider of high-quality primary care services in Yuma and Washington County.
18-14 Akron here in the fourth, trying to force the fifth in the championship game of this Akron Invitational. Number 1 versus number 3 in the classification. I'm Ben Black. All that's missing is a Denver Coliseum type floor. A great atmosphere here in Akron. There always is. Woods will have the serve out of the Simla timeout. Either side has burned one. And Woods will take and line the ball down the near side. Popped up back row for the Cubs. Set onto the far side. Big swing down and in for a kill by Kenzie Mitchell. She lined that one up, and the timeout worked. And back within 3 come the Simla Cubs. Marilyn Alexander, their setter, will take the serve. Alexander lines it just over the net court. Popped up by Vasquez. Set up, and Merrill will free it over in short. Popped up back row. Set down the middle, and Mitchell will bang it into the block of Glosson at the net. Glosson timed it perfectly on the free. And back up by 4 go the Akron Rams, 19-15. Merrill with the serve. She'll line the ball deep, misplayed back row, chased down and kept in, and a free ball back over and to the 10-foot line. Glosson set up on the near side. The attack for Vasquez, pancaked out, kept in play, but a free ball not going to get over. Simla is not letting anything get down. Akron's just swinging, hoping something will go. Merrill, with the serve. Popped up back row. Set up, and the left-handed attack in between the Akron Ram defense by Alexander. Akron still up by 4, 20-16. Serve goes to Sammy Cates. She'll knock it down the middle. Popped up, not cleanly. That'll be an ace. Back within 3 come the Simla Cubs. They want to finish this one off in 4. Line serve by Cates deep. Popped up back row. Set up for Vasquez. She'll push it over the top of the block of the net. Fisted out, and then a free ball over by Marilyn Alexander. Ball checked up back row by Woods. Set up down the middle for Glosson. Big swing down and in for a kill. Sydney Glosson maybe with her best swing of the day right there. 21-17 Akron. And the line ball will be played off the back row. Set up in the tip attack by Mitchell, far side. Dug out and then freed back toward the back corner by Woods. Dug out, and then Mitchell will take another swing, bang it into the block, kept in play, and then a free ball deep by Alexander. Ball popped up near side. Vasquez, dynamite go, boom. (22-17). And a second timeout taken by the Simla Lady Cubs, trying to find some way to avoid the 5th set.
Americans love numbers and iPhones. We all know the 7 Dwarves, 4 Seasons, and 12 Days of Christmas. Now, for a limited time, Viero is featuring countless reasons to own an iPhone. With an iPhone, you can take great photos or take a crack at Angry Birds, watch your favorite video, or use it as a watch, find an old school friend on Facebook, or simply browse the web. But what you really ought to find is your nearest Viero store, because for a limited time, you can have an iPhone for only $79.99. Before these great iPhone deals end, get into Viero. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
The Akron Lady Rams up 22-17, trying to force the decisive 5th set here in the championship game of the Akron Invitational. They took the first 25-13, but then Simla won when it mattered in sets 2 and 3, close sets, 25-23 and 25-18. And Akron battling here in the 4th, but a service error make it 22-18 out of the timeout. So Simla will look for a nice run as Kenzie Mitchell will take the serve. She'll line it down the middle. Ball popped up, kept up by Christensen, and a free ball be played over in short. Popped up by Mitchell, back row, set it up. George off the block of the net, could not be kept in play. And that will cut the lead down to 3, 22-19. Serve from Mitchell, popped up at the net. Vasquez plays it out on the back line, right at the foot of the line judge to make it 22-20. Can't accuse him of hometown bias. The line serve is too deep and out. And Akron 2 away from forcing the 5th. Serve short from Christensen. Popped up back row. Set far side. George rejected back but out. So nice tool of the block. Makes it 23-21. And hands a serve over to Casey Smith, the sophomore. Puts the ball down the middle. Popped up back row by Glosson. Set it up and banged off the block by Vasquez. And that'll give Akron set points at 24-21. To send us to a decisive fifth. Vasquez steps up and lines the ball down the middle. Cannot be played cleanly, and that's an ace. And the Akron Rams have sent us to a fifth set, 25-21 in the fourth. We'll be back with that decisive fifth in the championship of the Akron Invitational next on ColoradoPreps.tv.
Ice and Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice and Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice and Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, there is no purchase as is. Every vehicle on the lot comes with a complete warranty. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
Insurance is something we all need in our lives, and it's nice to know that when you're in need of insurance, you can count on the expertise of Dave and Linda Frank at Main Street Insurance. 20 years experience will reassure you that the friendly folks at Main Street Insurance will help you find the crop, auto, home, farm, or life insurance that fits your needs. Give Main Street Insurance a call at 848-5382 or stop by 400 South Main in Yuma. Insurance with a personal touch. Who would have thought of that?
Playing sports takes planning. Our day-to-day lives take planning, but we're not all prepared to plan for all aspects of our lives. That's why we have to rely on people like Joel Nelson at Nelson Financial to help us plan for our retirement. Plan and invest in your best interest without compromise. At Nelson Financial, the only certified financial planner in the area, Joel can't help you out unless you call 970-521-7800. Nelson Financial. Better to plan and not need it than need it and have not planned.
Head to the fifth set. It is two apiece. 25-13 Akron the first, 25-23 and 25-18 Simla the second and third, 25-21 Akron the fourth. And as we go to the fifth, it's 2-15 by 2. Winner takes the championship and remains undefeated on the season. Heck of a way to cap off our Saturday of volleyball action here on ColoradoPreps.tv. Thank you very much for joining us all day long as the Akron Lady Rams will be on the right side of your video screen. The Simla Lady Cubs on the left. The Simla Lady Cubs will start, I believe, with the serve in the hands of Hannah Lutz here in the fifth set. Lutz lines a serve down the middle, popped up back row by Vasquez, chased down by Bear, and a free ball over by Vasquez. Ball checked up back row by Casey Smith, set down the middle, the big swing, too wide and out from George, and Akron takes the opening point here in the fifth set. Hands the serve to Bear. Jordan will line it down the middle. Ball popped up back row, set up in the push toward the back corner and caught the back line. Did Jessica George, and that'll even it at one apiece. George with the serve down the middle, popped up by Vasquez, back row. Set onto the near side, Glosson with the attack. Hammer deep, dugout back row by Brett Smith, and then a free ball will be played over onto the Akron side. No communication, however, on that free ball, and it drops down to give Simla a 2-1 lead. Everybody looking at everybody else, hoping they were going to take it. 2-1 as Simla here in the fifth. Line down the middle, popped up back row punch over the net by Woods, and then a free ball back over by Mitchell. Dug out back row by Vasquez, set it up for Merrill, banged off the block. Dug up on the front row by Cates, and then a big attack back by Mitchell, and it went down and in for a kill. 3-1 go the Simla Lady Cubs here in the fifth. Akron's not been pushed to 5 this year. Only, I believe, one team has even taken them past the sweep. That was Kalichi. Line serve far side, popped up back row, set it up, and the attack pushed over the top of the block at the net for Merrill, and down and in for a kill. So Akron will take the serve back here in the fifth set, down 3-2. Megan Woods will have that serve. Woods lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row. Alexander to Mitchell, far side. Her big attack, dug out back row by Bear. Set up for Merrill, and Merrill crushes that one down and in for a kill to even us up at 3 here in the fifth. Woods lines a serve down the middle, will be popped up back row by Brett Smith. Set far side at the net. The joust won by Akron, kept in play on the Simla side, and then a free ball over by Merrill and Alexander. Checked up on the front row. Christensen will set it for Merrill. Banged off the block of the net. One-handed dig out by Smith, and then free back over. Woods up. Christensen down the middle. Glosson banged off the block and dropped. So Akron on a 3-0 run takes a 4-3 advantage here in the fifth set. Keeps the serve with Woods. She'll put the ball down the middle. Dug up back row. Shoots that onto the far side. Big swing. Kinsey Mitchell down and in for a kill. And ties us up at 4 here in the fifth. Marilyn Alexander takes the serve for the Simla Cubs. Alexander lines the ball just over the net, and it can't be dug cleanly, and Simla takes a 5-4 advantage. Alexander stepping back with the serve again. One of 3 seniors on the Simla team. Popped up back row, set it up, and the punch by Glosson inside the antenna. Dug out for Simla. Shoot set far side. Mitchell pushing it down the line. Dug out by Woods. Set up and a free ball from Vasquez. Checked up back row by Brett Smith. Short set near side, and a carry called on the Kinsey Mitchell attack as she tried to dump that down, and we're square at 5 here in the fifth. Ball be lined down the far side, popped up back row, set over the net by Marilyn Alexander, dug out and then tips that back over. Ball popped up high, set down the middle, big swing by Mitchell at the net, popped up gloss and lift. She is not a setter, but the setter had played the ball off the block, so she had to be, and 6-5, Simla takes the lead. Hands a serve to Sammy Cates. Cates down the middle, popped up by Woods, back row, back set far side. Glosson will angle it over, dug out off the rafters, and it ricocheted funny for Akron, or for Simla, and Akron able to tie it up at 6. Championship on the line of the Akron Invitational between the number 1 and number 3 ranked teams in the entire state. Line serve, far side, pancaked out for Simla, and a free ball is going to be played right up into the radar zone of a Bear, and Bear saw a great opportunity and smashed it down for a kill. 7-6 Rams. Glosson with the serve. Glosson. Deep, too deep and out. We're tied at 7. Kenzie Mitchell will get the serve. She'll line it near side. Ball miss pop back row. 8-7 Simla. Mitchell halfway there. will line the ball down the middle. Popped up back row. Backslide far side. Vasquez crawling the net cord. Dug up on the front row by Lutz. Set far side for the attack from George. She's blocked at the net. Ball popped up and then a free ball attempt pushed over by Casey Smith. Dug out back row. Shoot off onto the near side. Vasquez with the hammer. Dug out back row. Chased down near side and free back over by Brett Smith. Checked up back row by Woods. Christensen will go down the middle for Bear. Hops the net cord. Ball dug out. Chased down and a free ball over by Marilyn Alexander. Popped up on the Akron side. Set back near side with a big swing. Vasquez down and in for a kill. Ooh. Long rally between the two to tie it up at 8. Serve will go into the hands of Carly Christensen here in the 5th. Christensen lines the ball down the far side, popped up high. Alexander will set, and they swing from George off the block of the net. Ball popped up high by Smith, set over the net by Alexander. Checked up on the front line by Merrill, set to Vasquez. Near side, and a lift ball on the dig makes it 9-8 Akron. And the Rams keep the serve with Carly Christensen. Christensen lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row, set up on the far side. The attack from George, ping off the block and ties us up at 9. Great way to finish up our Saturday of volleyball, and 9-all. Casey Smith with the serve for Simla. Ball misplay back row for Akron and free back over by Vasquez. Dugout back row set by for George, and her attack too wide and out. Was it touched? It was not touched. And the Akron Lady Rams take a 10-9 lead. Allie Vasquez will take the serve. Allie with the big jump down the middle, popped up high back row by Mitchell. Mitchell with the attack, played back deep. Dugout back row by Vasquez. Set onto the near side, Merrill with the attack. Blocked back and down on the Akron side. Marilyn Alexander right there to reject it, and we're tied at 10 here in the 5th. Serve goes into the hands of Hannah Lutz for the Simla Cubs. Cubs came in 8-0 on the season. Rams at 9-0. Serve into the net, so somebody's going to suffer their first loss. And Lutheran, the second-ranked team in the state, wants someone to be Akron because they'll probably take over the number 1 spot if it is. Short serve popped up near the 10-foot line. Short set down the middle, and the attack from George dug back onto the Simla side. Alexander again for George off the block, and it drops 11-all. George with the serve down the middle, popped up back row by Christensen. Woods will set it up down the middle for Merrill, pushes it line and drops it down and in. 12-11 the Akron Rams. 3 away from winning the championship, overcoming a 2-1 deficit. As Megan Woods will have the serve after the Simla Cub timeout. The Simla Cubs want to talk things over, and this is exactly what the Cubs were wanting, is to be able to contend against this Akron team and push them. And having seen them play very well in previous pool play today, thought the Cubs might be able to do this, and they certainly have. In fact, they took a couple off of the Rams, 25-18 most notably in set 3. That was pretty impressive. They've run off 10 straight against this Akron Ram team. Cubs very good, but the Akron Rams have found that next level. First time they've been really pushed this year. Kalichi pushed them to 4 in the NJC tournament. That was about it. I guess they did go to 5 against Resurrection Christian. They didn't have their full roster there, so they have an excuse as to why they went 5 there. No excuses here. You've got your prime 6. Same for the Simla Cubs. Out of the timeout, it's 12-11. The Akron Rams with the lead, and the serve stays in the hands of Megan Woods. Woods will step up, line the ball down the near side, fielded by George. Bumps that up high, far side. Mitchell banged off the block at the net and ties us up at 12. 2012 Akron Invitational Championship match. Kenzie Mitchell will take the serve, hoping to give Simla the edge. Line down the middle, miss pop, back row, bumps that up Christensen, and Glosson with a flat free deep. Ball dug out back row by George. Set it up for Mitchell. Rejected back. Dig back over and popped up by Vasquez. Set near side. Merrill dug out by George again. Ball popped up high. Set down the middle. Pushed by Mitchell. Near side. Chicken winged out. And it's going to be a 4-hit violation by Akron. Getting it over, and the Simla Cubs have taken that advantage at 13-12. And a timeout going to be taken by Lindsey Gilbert for the Akron Lady Rams. Great defense for Simla has led to them being in this opportunity. They win this next point. They have a match point. Akron looking to take the point out of the timeout. Akron in this tournament today, they didn't have to take a timeout until this championship one, and they've only won 1 point out of a timeout today. So a little work to be done here. The Simla Lady Cubs will come out of their huddle second. Akron Rams in the blue on the right side will await the serve from senior Kenzie Mitchell. Mitchell gets the go-ahead. She'll step up, line the ball down the middle, popped up back row, set up on the far side for a Merrill cross shot, dug out by Mitchell, back row, bumps that up, and a free ball be played down and in for a kill by Kenzie Mitchell. Kenzie Mitchell gives Simla 2 match points at 14-12, and the second timeout taken for the Akron Lady Rams here in the 5th set, as they'll try and force it 2 extras. Could the Rams be handed their first loss of the season by a Cub team that's moving up from Class 1A this year? The Cubs have utilized a great play, great blocking from Marilyn Alexander, and the senior will have the serve. Akron out of timeouts here in the 5th. Alexander will step to the line. She'll line the ball down the middle, popped up back row by Woods, set up near side. Glosson with the attack, down and in for a kill. 1 match point staved off. 14-13, the Akron Lady Rams still face another. Simla just got to put this one down, and Sydney Merrill will take the serve. Merrill stepping back and lining the serve down the middle. Popped up back row by Smith. Alexander underneath it. She'll set it up, and down and in for a kill goes the shot from Kenzie Mitchell, and the Simla Cubs knock off the Akron Lady Rams in the 5th set, 15-13, and take the championship of the 2012 Akron Invitational. Final tally 25-13 for Akron in set 1, 25-23 and 25-18 for Simla in set 2, 25-21 Akron in set 3, and 15-13 in the 4th. Simla improves to 9-0 and Akron dropping to 9-1. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Akron Invitational. For everybody who's been a part of it, I'm Ben Blecka. Have a great weekend.